Starters are in behind the gate. First race in the 130th anniversary of Fredericton Raceway, the Jim Fernley Memorial. Windermere Rider with Stephen Trites. I Love Roses, McGuire Sowers. Cocan Caddy, Eunice Gallant. Cocan Countess, Gerard Gallant. Cruise Level, Colin DeCourcy, the outside for Midnight Flame with John Davidson. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Midnight Flame from the far outside has gone on to the early lead as they go on round the turn. And I Love Roses is sitting in the pocket spot on their way to the opening 8th mile station. Midnight Flame continues to show the way. I Love Roses is second, then it is Windermere Rider in third, moving in along in fourth. It is Cocan Caddy, then Cocan Countess as they go for the opening quarter mile station. They were by that opening quarter in 31 seconds. On round the turn, and continuing to cut it out, it is Midnight Flame and John Davidson as they approach 3/8. Midnight Flame racing in second, I Love Roses. Then it's Windermere Rider in third as they come off the top of the turn, pacing down the stretch for the opening half. Midnight Flame continues to lead at 1.5 lengths. Then it's I Love Roses, a thorn in the side of the leader. Moving in third, Windermere Rider. Then Cocan Caddy and Cocan Countess. The trailer is Cruise Level. Half mile reached in 1:02.1. And continuing to round the turn. Onto the 5/8 they go, and moving from the pocket, that is I Love Roses. On the inside, trying to fend off that challenger, Midnight Flame. I Love Roses and Midnight Flame. Windermere Rider is very close in third spot. Cocan Caddy and Cocan Countess further back to Cruise Level, and they were on past that 3/4 mile station. 1:32 final time round the barn turn, and it continues to be I Love Roses up 1.5 lengths now. As they come off the top of the turn inside of 1/8 of a mile left to go, and they're passing in front of us. Final time in the Fernley Memorial. I Love Roses, far outside, full of pace, that's Cocan Countess. I Love Roses the winner over Windermere Rider, and Cocan Countess, the only pace setter. Midnight Flame was fourth. Time for that mile, 2:02.3. Fernley Memorial won by the 2-year-old filly. Second consecutive victory for the Gary Wright trained daughter of Westford Hall, Hanover. Number 2, I Love Roses, is triumphant for driver McGuire Sowers. Time for the mile, 2:02.3 this afternoon. There's number 2, I Love Roses for Gary Wright and Sherry Williams. McGuire Sowers in the bike here in race number 1.
Okay, race number 2 getting set. From the inside, we have My Brother George and Todd Trace, Regal Delight, McGuire Sowers, Shelley's Man, John Davidson, Nino's Credit, Samuel Filio, and Painted Desert will have 10 feet, top of the stretch. Here they come. There they go, they're off and facing. Nino's Credit from the outside and going out with them. Regal Delight moving into third. That is Shelley's Man. Coming away from fourth, My Brother George, and trailing the field, Painted Desert. Around the first turn to the opening 8, Nino's Credit. And Samuel Filio will cut it out to the opening quarter. Second at the rail, Regal Delight. That is Shelley's Man third. My Brother George is fourth. And Painted Desert trails the field as they'll head to the opening quarter. And Nino's Credit and the young Samuel Filio will pick them by the quarter. Second at the rail, Regal Delight racing from third, Shelley's Man, My Brother George, and the trailer, that is Painted Desert, as they will around the turn and will come in front of the fans the first time. And they're led by Nino's Credit off the quarter in 29 and 4/5. Down the stretch they come, Nino's Credit now coming on the outside first over from the back, Painted Desert and can be the upper challenge. Locked in at the rail, third, Regal Delight. Second over from fourth, my brother George. Trailing at the rail, Shelley's man as they'll head towards the 5 now, and they're led by Nino's Credit on the point. From the outside, Painted Desert racing from third. That is Regal Delight. Then fourth on the outside, my brother George. Shelley's man, the trailer to the 3/4. Nino's Credit. Samuel Filio just asking him to go a little more. 3 wide incoming. My brother George and the Todd Trace from between them. That is Painted Desert. Then at the rail, right up on the bit. That is Regal Delight. Then trailing the field, Shelley's man as they will round the final turn. Nino's Credit still with the lead from on the far outside. My brother George top of the stretch. Nino's Credit from between them. Regal Delight. My brother George on the far outside. Down the stretch. Nino's Credit. Regal Delight. My brother George to the wire. That is Regal Delight with wire sour. 2 wins on the card. It was tight though. Nino's Credit and my brother George. I don't know. One of the two got second or third. Number 2 is McGuire Sowers picks up his second win of the afternoon in only 2 races. As in the winner's circle is the 3 Regal Delight. They gelding 8 years old by Stonebridge Regal and the mare Sunday Delight. He by Jake LaBelle. On by Bo Sowers of wins are made. Bo is the trainer. McGuire Sowers, the winning driver in a time of 1:59 and a 1/5. That is Regal Delight in race number 2, sponsored by Meridian Farms.
Earl Watts of Prince Edward Island, Windermere Farms donating the use of the starting gate this afternoon. This race, sponsored by Don Gibson and Margot Fisher. It's the Marg and Fred Gay Memorial. Conditioned trotters in behind the gate. Laborio with Stephen Trites, Neil and Brian Andrew. Just Plain Shay, Colin DeCourcy. Main stage, McGuire Sowers, here they come. They're off and trotting. Just Plain Shay is in between horses, main stage on the outside, but Laborio moving quickly in along the cones, out for his first start since 2013, and he is cutting the numbers as they go past the opening 8th mile station. Laborio and Stephen Trites. Moving in second, Just Plain Shay is settled in along the cones. Main stage is there in third, and Neil is in fourth. On their way to the opening quarter-mile marker, Laborio took them past that post in 30 and 1. It's Laborio and Just Plain Shay. Racing in third, main stage. Tipping out from the rear, it is Neil and Brian Andrew as they come to the 3/8 now. They'll straighten out into the home stretch and pass in front of us for the first time. Laborio continues to trot along. The 8-year-old Yankee Slide veteran is on top. Laborio, Just Plain Shay right there in second. Outside third is Neil, and then it's main stage. Half was in 1:01 and 4. On to the 5/8 they go. Laborio continuing to lead it. He's up now by 2.5. Just Plain Shay is in second. Racing in third, it is Neil. Moving up to third in the cones, it is main stage, and Neil is fourth. Down the back stretch they trot, final time. Laborio looking sharp. No rust today for him as he goes past 3/4. In 1:32 flat. Laborio now by 4.5 as they come for 7/8. Just Plain Shay is second. Main stage now trips out from the outside from third. Neil is fourth. Inside of an 1/8 of a mile left to trot. Laborio and Stephen Trites. Main stage and McGuire Sowers. Just Plain Shay is right there as well. But Laborio is going to get it in the Marg and Fred Gay Memorial. In for second, main stage. Just Plain Shay and Neil. Time for the mile, trotting home in 2:02 and 3. Today we remember Marg and Fred for their contributions to harness racing in Fredericton, and thank Marg's son Don Gibson as well as Margot Fisher for their support of today's race card. Parading back into the winner's circle, it is the 8-year-old son of Yankee Slide, Laborio. Laborio is owned by Rocky Irons of Nova Scotia, trained and driven to victory by Stephen Trites. He's from the Yankee Glide mare, Judy's Yankee. Time for the mile today, 2:02 and 3. Number 1, Laborio, victorious in the Morgan Fred Gay Memorial for trainer-driver Stephen Trites. Field is in behind the gate for race number 4, sponsored by NBX, the Tony DeCourcy Memorial, scratch the 3. We have Grimsby with Colin DeCourcy, Windermere Nick, Josh Sentner, Schooner or Later, Gardner McCollum, Blazing By with Brian Andrew, the outside for a Rough Coast and Austin Sorry, and the Trailer $1 Million Jewel with Todd Trites. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Blazing By was going for the early lead. A Rough Coast from the far outside, but Grimsby on the cones has other ideas here, and Grimsby will lead this field to the opening 8. Blazing By is racing in a second. A Rough Coast is settled in third. Schooner or Later racing fourth. Then it is $1 Million Jewel and Windermere Nick as they go single file for the opening quarter. Formerly owned by Rick Mercer. Grimsby is on the point. Grimsby moving along the cones, racing in second, Blazing By. They were by the opening quarter in 30 seconds flat. Grimsby taking them to the 3/8. Blazing By is second. Then racing in third is a Rough Coast. As they come off the top of the turn, they'll pass in front of us first time. And Blazing By has an eye to the outside from the pocket. Grimsby trying to fend off that challenger. Blazing By, a Rough Coast is third, and along the cones, $1 Million Jewel has come to fourth. Schooner or Later, and Windermere Nick is the trailer. They go for the 5/8 mile station. Grimsby continues to lead it. Moving in second, Blazing By is at the leader's wheel now as they head down the backstretch for the final time. Moving in third, $1 Million Jewel now, moving up the cones to grab that position away from the Rough Coast. Then it is Schooner or Later moving 3 wide, and Windermere Nick. 3/4 reached in 1:30. Grimsby continues to be tough out there. He is leading it by 3 parts of a length. Grimsby and Blazing By second, $1 Million Jewel and along the cones third. Then a Rough Coast now, resurgent on the outside from fourth as they come down the stretch for home. Grimsby, Blazing By, a Rough Coast as they come for the line. Blazing By, hotter than the rest today as he wins it just ahead of Grimsby, and it looked like a Rough Coast in a close race for show. Time for that mile, 2:01. Years. He was on a mission to introduce the sport that he was so passionate about to families and friends all over the city. Tony was chairman of the racing committee at Fredericton for several years prior to the responsibilities of the industry being assumed by Horse Racing New Brunswick. He was past president of Fredericton Exhibition and had been on almost every harness racing organization in the Maritimes as a New Brunswick representative. Great to have his close friends and family, as well as one of the drivers and trainers, his sons, competing in this race, Colin and Stefan. Welcoming back Brian Andrew, the winning driver, with Blazing By here in the Tony DeCourcy Memorial. Blazing By is a 7-year-old daughter of Cam Mystic from the real artist mare Raging Redhead. Owned by Bill Andrew of Calgary, Alberta, Brian trains and drives. Second win in 3 starts for the mare. Time for the mile today, 2:01. Trites. Articulate Barb, Austin Sorry. Gulf Queen, Todd Trites, and Slide Guitar from the outside with Taylor Doyle. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Gulf Queen is going for the top from the outside. Fernhill Bella racing in second. Then it is Articulate Barb in third. As they go on around the turn and off stride went Fernhill Bella. Fernhill Bella is off stride past the opening 8th mile marker, and racing on to the top went Gulf Queen. Gulf Queen is racing in second spot. Then moving in second, it is Articulate Barb as they go on past the opening quarter, and it's a long distance between the leader and the others, and the reason why, the quarter in 27 4/5. Moving on the point, Gulf Queen continues to lead it, and she leads this field past 3/8 and is on her own as they move in front of us for the first time. Gulf Queen continues to cut the numbers. Then it's Articulate Barb racing in second. Moving in the third, as they come in front of us, that is Slide Guitar with J.J. Antonio next, and Fernhill Bella is back pacing. But Gulf Queen took them past the half in 57 2/5. She is receiving company on the outside now, past the 5/8. Gulf Queen, Articulate Barb is at the leader's wheel. Moving 4 3/4, Articulate Barb is determined on the outside of the racetrack. Articulate Barb and Gulf Queen, those two are by themselves. They were past 3/4 in 1:28 2, and Articulate Barb has taken over. Gulf Queen racing in second as they move on past the 7/8 now, and they'll come down the stretch for home, and it is still Articulate Barb, the daughter of Articulator and Austin Sorey, up by 5 and expanding lengths now, and Articulate Barb is going to get the win. Crossing the wire, Articulate Barb triumphant, then Gulf Queen second, Slide Guitar, J.J. Antonio, and Fernhill Bella. Time for that mile, 1:59 3. Proud to join his wife Carol and his many friends and colleagues as we present the inaugural Bill Thornton Memorial. Parading back the winner of this race, trainer-driver Austin Sorey with number 4, Articulate Barb. Time for the mile, 1:59 3. Congratulations to owners Walter Simmons of Summerside, Tammy Collings of Hazelbrook PEI, as well as Austin Sorey. Second win of the campaign for the 3-year-old filly, Articulate Barb, here in the Bill Thornton Memorial Pace.
Rambling Willie and Powerful Love on the outside. Double stretch. There they go, they're off and facing. Rambling Willie, Powerful Love from the outside on the rail. Howmack Missy fourth into the turn. Ultimate Flying Gun and trailing Badlandia as there's a battle around the first turn from the outside. Powerful Love and McGuire Towers coming up to clear to the lead. Now second at the rail, Rambling Willie. Howmack Missy and Josh Sender talking to be third. Marked out fourth on the outside. Ultimate Flying Gun sliding up on the rail. Badlandia on by the opening quarter, and Powerful Love and McGuire Towers lead the way. Opening quarter in 30 seconds flat. Around the turn they go. Powerful Love on the point. Second is Rambling Willie. Howmack Missy tracks along in third is Josh Sender. Sends her to the outside as they'll turn down the lane for the first time. Powerful Love and McGuire Towers cutting it out. From the outside, Howmack Missy and Josh Sender coming up on the outside. Now two turns. Rambling Willie at the rail third. Ultimate Flying Gun is in partial. 4 miles to the outside fourth. Trailing at the rail. That is Badlandia. The half in 101 flat. 31 seconds, second quarter. Around the turn they go. Powerful Love on the point. Howmack Missy on the outside. Rambling Willie. She can have it anyway. She's sitting third. Fourth is Badlandia. And away out wide that is Ultimate Flying Gun trailing to the halfway to 3/4 story they go. And Powerful Love and McGuire Towers still on point. Howmack Missy is second. Racing third, Rambling Willie. She slides up the road 130. And 4 for 3/4 around the final turn. Powerful Love, Rambling Willie. Edging closer, will go to the outside from Joseph Challenge. Top of the stretch. Powerful Love bringing her on home. Rambling Willie on the outside. Down the stretch. Powerful Love. But the champion, there in the marathon, Rambling Willie up to win. Rambling Willie. Second, that is Powerful Love up the rail. Badlandia. The third. He comes into the winner's circle, the 4, Rambling Willie. Bay mare, 7 years old by Articulator, out of the mare Crafty Jewel, she's by a drop-off. Owned by Alan Jones of Riverview, Normal Azure Shediac, Alan Jones, the winning trainer and the driver in memory of Hilda Seymour, and sponsored by Wood Motors here in race number 6, Rambling Lily in the winner's circle.
And Kemosabe on the outside for McGuire Sowers. Here they come. They're off and facing. From the far outside, Kemosabe is moving 3 wide as they go on to the opening 8-mile marker. And Kemosabe will take the lead. Caught Me Speeding is right there in second. As they go on for the opening 8-mile pole, they're past that post now and straighten out into the backstretch for the quarter. Kemosabe continues to show the way. Caught Me Speeding is in second. As they go on for the opening quarter-mile marker, and McGuire Sowers looking for that third winner on the afternoon. They were by the quarter in 28 and 4 with Kemosabe. He leads them past the 3/8, but he's got company on the outside as they pass in front of us for the first time. And lots of action up front. Kemosabe on the cones. Moving up on the outside now to challenge as they come for the opening half-mile station. It is J.J. Jodester. Kemosabe and J.J. Jodester, then All-Terrain has third. Moving in fourth, Caught Me Speeding. They were by the half in 58 and 4. On around the turn for 5/8 now. Caught Me Speeding, looking to bite into that lead, but it's still Kemosabe as they head down the backstretch for the final time. 4 out wide from the back of the field. The group of these, not one of them is out of it at this point, but Kemosabe is still up there by 2.5. They were past the 3/4 with Kemosabe in 1:28 and 2. Zinger's Laugh now up to second on the outside. Then it is J.J. Jodester. Just a little over 1/8 of a mile left. Kemosabe and Zinger's Laugh. Down the stretch they come for home. Zinger's Laugh now on the outside shows a nose in front, but Kemosabe trying to fend them off as they come to the line. Zinger's Laugh, Kemosabe, Zinger's Laugh by half ahead at the line. Kemosabe was second. J.J. Jodester picked up third spot. Time for that mile, 1:58. Today in memory of the Burgess family. The Burgess family has been a strong supporter of harness racing for over 50 years. Father Ron was responsible for the formation of Wilmot Downs. Son Brian followed in his father's footsteps and was a partner with Earl Watts and Windermere Farms. Parading back to the line, the winner of the Sims Home Hardware Pace, number 4, Zinger's Laugh, a 7-year-old son of Better's Delight, from the Sportsmaster mare Fancy Creek Funny. Owned by Neil Mose of Cornwall PEI. Michael McGuigan is the trainer. Drew Neal, victorious in the sulky. Second win of the season. It's the season's best performance for the 7,500. Ultimately handsome with John Davidson. Victorian Storm, Austin Story. Sheldon the Psychic, Samuel Filion. Brookdale Fletcher, Bernard McCollum. Weather Hanover, Todd Trites. And My Last Chance with McGuire Sowers. Here they come. Then off and pacing. Weather Hanover is on the go, and he is taking control quickly ahead of Sheldon the Psychic as they go on round the opening turn for the 8th-mile station. Weather Hanover and Todd Trites on top. Racing in second now, it's My Last Chance as they go down the backstretch. First time for the opening quarter. Sheldon the Psychic is third. Brookdale Fletcher is next. Then it's Victorian Storm as they go on down the backstretch and past that quarter now. Weather Hanover had them past the quarter, 28 and 1. Weather Hanover. Moving in second is My Last Chance, then Sheldon the Psychic, and ultimately Handsome is fourth. Victorian Storm fifth, and Brookdale Fletcher. Off the top of the turn, they pace in front of us for the first time. Todd Trites cutting it out with Weather Hanover, but Lake is fourth. Brookdale Fletcher comes up the cones in fifth now as they go for the 5/8 mile marker. Weather Hanover picking them up and putting them down, but he's got company coming in the form of My Last Chance. Down the backstretch final time. Weather Hanover and My Last Chance. Right there in third, watching those 2 leaders duel. It is ultimately Hanson. 3/4 and 1:27 and 4. And now to the top, it's My Last Chance. Weather Hanover is not done yet, but ultimately Hanson is looking to tip out 3 wide from third. As they come off the top of the turn with 1/8 of a mile to go, watching on the outside for ultimately Hanson. Looking good as they come to the line, but still on the point, it's My Last Chance. My Last Chance going to give McGuire a triple this afternoon. My Last Chance ahead of ultimately Hanson. May have been Weather Hanover in for show. Time for that mile, 1:58 flat.
Proud of their son as he picks up his third win on the card here this afternoon in the 8th with My Last Chance. Bay Gelding, 7 years old, by Noble Land Sam. As the mare, This Is My Life, she's by Life Sign. On my Ledge Hill Farm, LTD. Bo Sowers is the trainer, and McGuire Sowers, the winning driver, as he stops the clock today in 1:58 flat. That is My Last Chance. Getting it done in race number 8. And on the card here in Fredericton, we have Windermere Dancing Art, meter leader, win class, PH Powerful, America, Mira Montego, Royal Putnam is our trailer. Field 7, double stretch. Here they come. There they go, they're off and pacing, PH Powerful from the outside, Mira Montego on the rail, meter leader will go into the turn for Lonnie Stokes, tracking right on. PH Powerful's back around the first turn. PH Powerful, meter leader, will tuck in to be second. Now driving into the 3 spot. Mira Montego came away fourth, win class. Royal Putnam will settle in fifth. Then America in the trailer. Windermere Dancing Art up to the quarter pole to go. PH Powerful and Todd Trites cutting it out. Second is meter leader on by the opening quarter. PH Powerful, meter leader in second. Racing from third. That is Mira Montego, 29 and 3 was the opening panel. Around the turn they go, PH Powerful on the point. Meter leader racing from second, third at the rail, Mira Montego. Then as he now goes to the outside for Drew Neal. As he's underway to the halfway point, PH Powerful and Todd Trites, Rockin' Todd on the point. From the outside, Mira Montego and Drew Neal looking for a second win, 59. Second flat was a half mile. Around the turn they go, and they're led by PH Powerful on the point. From the outside, Mira Montego, meter leader, still there third. Win class fourth. Royal Putnam is starting to fall back from fifth. On the outside, sixth. That is America and the trailer. 3 wide. Windermere Dancing Art to the half. To the 3/4 they go. PH Powerful from the outside. Mira Montego sticks ahead by as 1:28 and 1 for the 3/4 around the final turn. Mira Montego on the outside now takes over for Drew Neal. Second is PH Powerful, top of the stretch, and that is Mira Montego bringing them on home from the outside. On the rail, PH Powerful into third, meter leader. As they come down the stretch, it is Mira Montego. Second is meter leader, finishing third, PH Powerful. Card as he brings number 6, Mira Montego, back into the winner's circle. Bay Gelding, 9 years old, by Blissful Hall. Out of Million Mary, she's by Keystone Raider. Owned by Erwin Neal of Charlottetown. Erwin Neal is the trainer. Drew Neal, the winning driver, in a time of 2:01 flat. Mira Montego taking the 9th race. The Bishop Memorial, sponsored by Bishop's Funeral Home.
When Bo Sowers came from Maine, he didn't bring his horses and his son McGuire. He also bought a harness. And this harness was drawn in the backstretch, and he's donating it to one of the horsemen that came here this afternoon. So we'd like to congratulate Samuel Filion all the way from Quebec, and thanks Bo Sowers for winning the harness here this afternoon. Thank you very much, Bo.
We're set to go here for race number 10. As they're lining up, 4 Brass Stars, Rick Gardinelli, Terror Suspect, Dividend Day, Salmonier Storm, Brookdale Bruiser is on the outside. Field of 6, all lined up. Double stretch. Here they come. There they go, they're off and pacing. Nick McGilvery, 4 Brass Stars are leaving out. Rick Gardinelli into the turn second. Racing into third, Terror Suspect. Dividend Day came away fourth. From the inside, fifth, Salmonier Storm. And trailing sixth, Brookdale Bruiser, as they're in number order as 4 Brass Stars and Nick McGilvery lead them to the opening quarter pole. Rick Gardinelli sitting second, Terror Suspect now to the outside third for Samuel Filion. Racing from fourth, Dividend Day, as a bit of a close call there, as now back to the rail. That went Terror Suspect as they went by the quarter in 30 and 3/5 on the point. That is 4 Brass Stars second at the rail. Rick Gardinelli now third, Dividend Day outside fourth, Terror Suspect now on the rail. Fifth, Brookdale Bruiser, Salmonier Storm trailing from sixth. Down to the halfway point, 4 Brass Stars the leader. Rick Gardinelli racing second outside third. That is Terror Suspect. Dividend Day fourth, second over from fifth. That is Salmonier Storm. And trailing is Brookdale Bruiser. As they went by the half in 101 and 1/5. Around the turn they go. And Nick McGilvery, 4 Brass Stars. Rick Gardinelli second, Dividend Day third, 3 wide. Here comes Salmonier Storm and Amber Campbell winding up from the back to the 3/4, 4 Brass Stars. Rick Gardinelli now pulls the pocket for McGuire Sowers, 3 wide. That is moving up third, Salmonier Storm, then Dividend Day, Brookdale Bruiser, and Terror Suspect is all done as they will round the final turn as they pass by 3/4 in 1:30 and 3. Rick Gardinelli on the outside for McGuire Sowers. On the rail, 4 Brass Stars, top of the stretch. Rick Gardinelli leads them on home. 4 Brass Stars second. Brookdale Bruiser on the far outside. McGuire Sowers looking for the line. Rick Gardinelli. Second was Brookdale Bruiser. Third, 4 Brass Stars. 2 minutes, 4/5, a driving quadruple with, that is Rick Gardinelli and McGuire Sowers. McGuire Sowers in the winning driver as he collects his 4th win on the day, only 17 years old. McGuire Sowers, congratulations to all the connections in race number 10.
Thanks to all the fans for joining us on what has been a very special afternoon of racing. The 130th anniversary of Fredericton Raceway, pleased to present the Chippens Real Estate sponsored Jenny and Joe Chippen Memorial. Penny Spirit with McGuire Sowers. Iron Phil, Samuel Filion. His Boy Elroy, Bernard McCollum. Good Friday 3 for Austin Sorey. Here they come. They're off and pacing. His Boy Elroy wants the front, and he's going to have to challenge the inside Penny Spirit as they go on for the opening 8th mile marker. His Boy Elroy shows a nose on top. Moving up on the outside, Good Friday 3 is 3 wide, going for the quarter. But Penny Spirit is in charge and cuts the numbers as they go on for that first post. Penny Spirit Good Friday 3 is on the outside second, and his boy Elroy in the trailer is Iron Phil. They were by the opening quarter in 28 2/5. Rounding the barn turn for the 3/8 now. On the outside, Good Friday 3 for Austin Sorey. Good Friday 3 now to the top, but he's had to pay a price to get there. And in along the cones, it's still Penny Spirit challenging. Penny Spirit and Good Friday 3. Locked in on the inside, his boy Elroy, and Iron Phil is right there in fourth. They were by the half in 58-1. Rounding the turn for the 5/8, and Penny Spirit has come away with the lead yet again. His boy Elroy patiently poised in the pocket. Good Friday 3 now third, and Iron Phil looking to tip out wide from fourth. Down the backstretch, final time, his boy Elroy from the pocket now to challenge the leader. It is Penny's Spirit and his boy Elroy. 2 leaders duking it out past 3/4 in 1:28. His boy Elroy and Penny Spirit. Iron Phil and Good Friday 3. Just over an 1/8 of a mile left to go. On the outside, as they come for the line, his boy Elroy. Penny's Spirit. His boy Elroy and Penny Spirit still nose to nose and toes for toes, but Brooker has got it with his boy Elroy. Just ahead of Penny Spirit, Iron Phil and Good Friday 3. Time for that mile, 1:57 3/5. Going to bring back a horse who's been racing some tough competition all summer long. He was third in the Exhibition Cup at Truro, third in the Premier's Pace at the Charlottetown Driving Park, and the runner-up recently in the Milton Downey Memorial Pace at EPR. Here's number 4 with Bernard McCollum, his boy Elroy. 5-year-old son of Jeremy's Jet from the Life Sign mare, Impressive Sign. Bred in Pennsylvania and South Carolina, he's owned by Dan McRae of Bedeck, Nova Scotia. 7th win of the season. His season's best performance came in Summerside earlier this year, but he stops the clock today at Fredericton Raceway in the Chipper Memorial in a time of 1:57-3. Number 4, his boy Elroy, triumphant for Bernard McCollum. Here are the results. Celebrating the 250th year of racing on Canadian soil and the 130th anniversary here in Fredericton. Doing it in style as well, with Stephen DeCourcy, thanks to him, as well as the horse Grimsby and the legend himself, Jimmy Smith is trackside. Jimmy, how'd you feel getting back out there in the jock cart?
Feels good.
You've been competitive against a lot of very accomplished horsemen over the years. What can you tell me about the way that a lot of the horsemen participate together? They compete so hard, but yet I know there's a lot of camaraderie that goes on.
There is, and it's a great sport. I've traveled the Maritimes. I've raced pretty near every track there is in the Maritimes. I've been well liked, and I've done a lot for people. And never say no is the password to this game. Been there, been to Presque Isle, had a friend over there, and he raced horses. Come one time with Presque Isle. Fern Brand was that gentleman's name, and he forgot his harness home. Came to my barn and said, Jimmy, you haven't got a spare harness or two? I said, yes, there's 3 hanging right there. I give him the harness. The next day he comes back. He said, this harness is not as clean as it was when I got it. And don't worry about it. But anyway, got through that, and he said, I've asked my friends from Maine here. They wouldn't give me any harness. He said, I go to a friend I have from Fredericton, New Brunswick. couldn't say he got quick enough.
What were some of the qualities, if you were developing a good racehorse or maybe acquiring an older horse, what did you look for in terms of equine talent to make sure you had some success on the racetrack?
Well, the first thing you look at is his feet. If he hasn't got any feet, he's not much of a horse. But look after him. If he's lame, get him fixed up before you race him. But there's a lot of ins and outs to racing. I've been in it for somewhere around 64 years. I worked for Joe O'Brien in 1942. Caretaker, Summerside Raceway. Me and George Sullivan. And went on and had good times. And like Joe, he was a gentleman. Joe was a gentleman. He sent me to Toronto one time to stay with a horse and then get in the truck with the fellow that brought him back and take him back to Camp Farm. So a lot of friendship, a lot of good feelings. You can be good friends and good friends in the barn, but when you put them out on the track, then the competition comes first.
I want to thank you. It's great for me to get a chance to say, Jimmy, for all of your encouragement and enthusiasm over the years. Great to have you with us to help celebrate this terrific day.
I thank you. I thank the people here in Fredericton. I thank everybody here. I remember just one night we were coming home from St. John with a truckload of horses and blew a water hose down Eagle Rock.
I thought we'd be stuck on the road for several hours.
Well, we got her home pretty quick. Back on the road again.
On the road again, indeed. Jimmy Smith with Grimsby today, our honorary parade marshals for our matinee event here at Fredericton Raceway.
I guess we're officially calling this a matinee race because we're not betting today. But if you don't believe me, you can check with my wife and kids. I was as wound up this morning as Christmas. This was as big a day that was on my calendar all year, and I don't mind telling you that. Couldn't have enough kind words to say, and thankful for the people that were able to get this, make this possibility, and the horses that came from afar to help us make the program. This is a beautiful track. It's got a long history. I do believe that there's history yet to be made here.
Why was it such an important day for you?
Chris, I believe this track deserves to be racing, and the fact that this group of people was able to get together and carry this weight all on their own and to make this happen just truly makes me believe that we've got the will and desire to have a great sport of these equine athletes right here in Fredericton, and I can't think of a better place to be racing in New Brunswick.
Are you surprised by the level of competition today? We've had some good finishes.
These young kids are tough. I don't know. Yeah, no, they're good horses, good drivers. We're all trying to give each other a little bit of room up there, and we're having some fun.
Have you been keeping busy in spite of the fact that there has not been racing here to the extent that we're used to?
Yeah, Chris, I've been logging the miles. I've been able to crack the top 10 again in Canada, which I haven't done for several years because of the lack of dates. But I've been hitting the road trying to get some numbers, and I've been fortunate enough to drive good horses for good owners, and I've had a good season. I just wish I could do a little closer to home.
And also, I guess it begs the question, you've had a few costume changes here this afternoon. Can you tell me what's up with that?
Listen, we're all here to have fun today. Montreal fan. For the Tony DeCourcy race, if I had been a Chicago jersey around, I'd have put it on. He was a big Chicago fan, but this is all about the fans and the support that we get and the sponsors. We're just trying to have some fun. It'd be more fun if I get to the winner's circle and try to do that in the next race.
Another last question. I might have two last questions going through, but track conditions. Again, as far as I'm concerned, I was curious to know what you would think about how things have come together in terms of the overall surface here.
Well, we I shouldn't say lucky enough. This track surface came with a lot of hard work and sponsorship and people's donations. and this track wicked. I mean, this is the first time we've raced over it this year, and it's really good. And this rain certainly hasn't hurt it, and it's actually packing it down a little bit tight. But this didn't happen by mistake. This came with hard work.
What would it mean to you if racing could be revived in some form here in Fredericton?
I just really believe that without Fredericton, there will be no racing in New Brunswick in the very near future. So we've all got to row in the same direction. And I think maybe we spent some time butting heads instead of finding solutions. And I think, I mean, this grandstand, the people in the backstretch, everybody here just seems, as excited as I am about racing here today. And I just truly believe that we can make it happen if we work together.
I appreciate your time. Best of luck in the next couple of races that you're involved with.
Thank you very much.
Todd Trites, thanking the fans, and thanks to him and all of his competitors here this afternoon who put on a great show. Brent Briggs of Reflections.
Todd Trites is a star here at Fredericton Raceway, but he's also very well spoken. He speaks from his heart, very passionate about harness racing. It's great to have a guy like that here supporting us.
Super. Hopeful those clouds stay away. We don't need I noticed weather Hanover was in against Pictonian Storm in that last race. I was starting to get concerned.
Yeah, the rain stuff. Very much, Chris. I'd like to thank everybody that supported our race card here this afternoon, the fans for showing up, everybody inside the club here in the grandstands, and most of all, I want to thank the horsemen for helping us put the show on. As I told you before, they've come from all over the place to race here at Fredericton because they believe in racing here. And Chris was right. We will be back next year. You can guarantee it.